Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the URL webinar on LegalShield and identity theft. This is Sam Bohr with the Employee Benefits Department. We're working with both small and large groups, and I'm not sure about the rest of you, but it wasn't too long ago that we had a breach with Equifax, and I went online myself and learned that my identity had been compromised. So we thought it was a good idea to introduce the identity theft and the LegalShield portion of this to our agent partners to make available to their clients out in the field. And before we do that, I wanted to show my screen here real quick. Here we are, I should be able to see it. Just wanted to alert everybody of our new website that we have launched. It is live, so please feel free to go in and check it out. We have 4 programs that URL Insurance Group services folks with now, and that's the Aries program, which is our insurance agent services, which is the business that we've been doing for 30 years. We have the Gemini Partners program, which we started, I guess we're going into almost our 3rd year of that now. And the Gemini Partners program is something that has definitely been really good for agent partners that do their lines of business with URL. And then we have Orion, which is a new concierge advisor program where agents are able to refer their business. We try and get away from the term refer, but that's really what it is. It's an opportunity for you to utilize all of the resources we have to expand your portfolio, so we can help you with any of the lines of coverage that we do here simply by the relationship that you have with those folks. And then Apollo is the employee benefits services, and that's all, it's really the backdrop for Orion for when folks that we're working with want to check us out and see what we do. So without further ado, I'm going to switch this over to David Spangler with LegalShield and ID theft. He's got a nice presentation. We understand that everyone's busy right now. It's 4th quarter, so we've done our best to try and narrow this down and keep it hopefully within 20 to 30 minutes. And we'll just go from there. So David, it's all yours, buddy.
Thank you, Sam. Hopefully everyone can hear me, and my screen should be up, so you should be able to see my my screen here. Is that there? You've been made presenter. Show my screen. Let's click on that, and should be able to see a picture there of our corporate office based out of Ada, Oklahoma. So I appreciate the introduction, Sam, and definitely look forward to our partnership with URL and the opportunity for your independent agents and for those you contract with to be able to offer these innovative identity theft and legal services. So I've been with LegalShield now for a little over 10 years and serve as employee benefits, VP of employee benefits, as well as market trainer with the company here in Pennsylvania. I kind of oversee the whole state, so definitely always look forward to partnering with companies like URL, with independent insurance agents, really anyone who wants to bring value to their clients, especially as it relates to this whole identity theft epidemic that many of us are seeing happen right before our eyes. We are the #1 provider of subscription-based legal plans to individuals, but we also obviously offer this to small employee groups, large employee groups, as well as the ID Shield. So we have a 43-year-old history, been around since about 1972. A little over 6,900 broker and agency clients served via our dedicated B2B division within our company. We have 1.5 million memberships, over 4 million lives. And these individuals, whether it's through payroll deduction or whether it's paying on their own, they have our benefits. 47,000 small business accounts, meaning companies or small businesses with 100 or less employees that actually utilize our legal services for their everyday decision making and business needs as it relates to corporate law. We're in 39 provider firms, and I need to update my slide here. We actually are now in Alaska, so we're in all 50 states and 4 Canadian provinces. And we have just a huge network of attorneys that we've contracted with over since 1972 to really serve our clients, whether it's identity theft related matter that individual is dealing with, or whether it's a legal matter, which often is identity theft related. We've seen a 33% increase in our NPS, which is Net Promoter Score, to 56 from 42 since 2012. So we continue to improve, obviously, our services and how we serve our clients. We have about 570 active brokers, so that's why you're invited on this call today, on this webinar, to understand, what's in it for you and why our brokers and why are over 6,300 general agencies contracting with LegalShield. Over 34,000 companies offer this to their employees as well. So this is something you can take to individuals. It's something you can take to maybe some of your smaller accounts, or even if some of you have larger clients that have, several hundred or several thousand employees. So I'm just going to do a quick snapshot of our legal services, our ID Shield services, and talk a little bit about compensation and why and what's in it for you as far as partnering with URL and adding this to your toolbox potentially for your clients. Our legal plan is one of the only ones that offers a 24/7 access to attorneys. So in the case of identity theft, somebody's being accused of something, or perhaps a DUI that they didn't commit, so maybe somebody stole their driver's license number, you have a client who's dealing with a life situation where they need to talk to an attorney, could be false accusations of anything. They're able to call our law firms, and within minutes an attorney will call back. We're one of the only legal plans that do that. No other legal plan offers exclusive provider law firm delivery system. Basically, we call that member back within 8 hours, so we're there for the member. So as you potentially would offer this to your clients and they were to have one of our legal plans or our ID Shield plan, immediate service, immediate response, we're really on top of serving our clients promptly, especially as it relates to things that come up in life that are unexpected. And our identity theft plan is the only one in the industry to offer comprehensive restoration services through our licensed investigators. We've actually partnered with a company called Kroll. Kroll is a worldwide leader in risk management. I'll talk about them in a little bit in a few minutes. So here you can see sort of being that we have a subscription-based model, we have a lot of strong, very strong value-added services. Just some statistics I kind of already went over, but you can see there the legal and IDT services provided on the right. And this is what we call life events, legal and identity theft benefits, because life happens and things come up and things we didn't expect. And it could be trivial things like, the neighbor's dog won't be quiet and you have you're just keeping you up all night. It could be more of a serious thing like your child's bullied at school, or you're dealing with a consumer issue. It could be identity theft. I want you to think and maybe put yourself in your client's shoes. And whether you serve companies or whether you serve individuals, I don't know what your client base looks like in particular, but I want you to put yourself in their shoes, because they're living life and they're dealing with life and they're making decisions and they're signing contracts and they're kind of navigating through this maze of the legal system that we all live in, that we're all subject to at times. So I want you to put yourself in their shoes as I kind of go through very briefly here the ID Shield benefit, as well as our legal benefit that you could potentially offer to your clients. And I want you to think about them and what their needs might be. We do feel that the market is really ready for this. And through the years, we've grown as a company, but we're seeing our growth more and more, having more and more aggressive rate because of the market and the fact it's ready. We did a study, Decision Analyst, the company we had to do a study for us. They do work for like Fortune 500s, like your Johnson & Johnson, Procter & Gamble. We had them do a study for us, and they polled 1,000 full-time employees, and they found these statistics. The most alarming statistic on this page, if you look at the bottom, more than 60% of these 1,000 employees reported they would be interested in purchasing a legal type protection. And the same was true with the ID Shield. In fact, the ID Shield or the identity theft benefits are even a little higher because this whole Equifax breach that recently happened, and it's just on everybody's mind. But we already know that we already know that individuals are interested in this. They just need to understand what it is. And as a trusted advisor, that's what our job is. And in the broker world and the insurance world, we are trusted advisors. We need to educate our client. We need to show them what this is, and show them the merit of it and show them the value of it. And we find that over 60% of them will say, you know what, that makes sense. You know what, I've been looking for a good identity theft benefit that includes restoration, or I've been needing to get my will done. So this legal plan does make sense. So a lot of great selling points there as far as what's in it for your clients. as far as companies, and some of you may serve companies, some of you might have, clients that have, 20 employees, maybe 200, maybe 2,000. We can bring a true value to the company on a voluntary basis. Typically, the employee pays for this. It's not the company paying for it, but we really help keep that employee more focused, productive, and engaged. We can reduce absenteeism. We can increase productivity. We find that in our studies that when employees or an individual is dealing with identity theft on a personal level, or they're dealing with a legal situation, or just maybe their parents are aging and they're going through this stressful time of elder care law and wondering what to do with mom and dad and how do we handle this, the employees just don't perform well. Individuals get distracted. So what our plans do is we promote just more peace of mind. We promote a valuable resource that your client, that employee can tap into on a daily basis and have access to: attorneys, investigators if it's identity theft, and just be able to really improve the quality of their lives. So we help the companies, we help the individuals. It's really a win-win. So here's your kind of a snapshot. If you see this, if you're looking at this slide of our services, I want to start with the legal plan. And I will tell you, I'll transition into the ID Shield and what that does, because 70 to 80% of the time, identity theft becomes a legal situation. So this legal plan that you're looking at right here, and this is just really a snapshot, it can help in identity theft situations, to help prove innocence, to write letters, to help have things expunged from an individual's record if it wasn't them that, committed a crime or, committed fraud or whatever it may be. So this legal plan helps with ID theft situations, but it also helps with any life situation. So everything starts with a phone call. You can see their personal legal advice. The individual, our client, can download the app. They can call the attorney within 8 hours. An attorney of that type of law will call them back, and we make sure we're prompt with that. I'm going to tell one story, and I think it'll kind of wrap this whole slide up. In 2009, my wife and I moved. We canceled our landline, didn't need the internet anymore, and the phone company was charging a $300 disconnect fee. Because we have LegalShield, we were able to call our law firm. They wrote a nice letter on our behalf. You can see letters and calls on your behalf. And the letter went out, and within 3 weeks, we'd receive a call from this phone company after they were threatening to send us to collections. And they apologized. They let us know that their legal department reviewed the letter from our law firm, and in the interest of time, they're going to waive this $300 fee. So it kind of gives you a real-life situation, a relevant example of why people have LegalShield and why they have access to these types of services. Because the average person in America, your client, your average client, cannot afford $200, $300, $400 an hour to go out and hire an attorney, to write a letter, or to make a phone call on their behalf. So what LegalShield does, as a snapshot here, it gives your clients the ability to call an attorney. It gives your small business client the ability to call an attorney, get good, competent legal advice without paying an exorbitant fee, and that without worrying about the cost, because often that is why people don't call an attorney. That's why they try to handle it on their own, which then it becomes a bigger issue. That is why we tend to want to just look for a friend to ask who might be an attorney. We don't want to call an attorney because we've been conditioned not to. And so these services, whether it's contract review or online legal forms and videos, will preparation, that's something that's included in our legal plans. We do standard wills and healthcare directives, and there's no extra cost for that. It's all part of the $19.95 a month that they pay to have this. Employees have a lesser rate because it's an employee discount. I don't have a ton of time to get into all the details of that, but that can be, I'll definitely give everybody my personal cell number and information. You can call me if you have additional questions. Traffic-related issues. You have to get a speeding ticket. We'll actually send a traffic attorney to court on their behalf. So you can see there's a lot of different things. I don't have time to go through every detail here, but at the end of the day, 90% of what our members use our plans for are completely covered in the small subscription fee. When you get into DUIs or drug and alcohol or a messy divorce, that would fall under the 25 preferred rate. But they're still saving money. It's just not completely included in that small retainer fee. So that's our legal plan. That's just a quick snapshot of how that works. And I can tell you a ton of stories and a lot of different things about that, how we've used it over the last 10 years, but I'll save my breath. Who's covered? The whole family is covered under these plans, whether it's the ID Shield, which I'll talk about here in a minute, or whether it's the legal plan, children 25 and under. So as soon as they turn 26, they're on their own. Any children 25 and under are covered under the plan that you could offer to your clients. The ID Shield. So let's get into the ID Shield plan. It's a major issue. I don't think I need to belabor over that fact. I think everybody sees that. Just some of the statistics here on this slide. Average time to resolve for the victim is 55 to 130 hours. That's a lot of time that individuals have to take off work, or they're trying to do this on company time. So that's when we get to talk to companies, or you talk to your clients that have employees. This is a real selling point, because they want their employees to be, functioning for them and productive for them, not dealing with their issues. So you can see some of now these are top data breaches of 2014. Of course, we talk about the recent Equifax breach, which was huge, but it's not going away. Identity theft continues to happen, typically not to the fault of the individual, but to the fault of maybe a company that they've done business with, or a company that has their information, whether they like it or not. And so that's where a lot of this information, where a lot of it ends up, is the dark web. And when you have a breach like Home Depot or Equifax, our information ends up on the dark web, and that's where thieves are buying and selling it for misusing our information. It's called the database U. Basically, you're out there in multiple places, whether you like it or not. It's just, information's just there. So what we've done in 2003, LegalShield got together with a company called Kroll, and they were also started in 1972. So our companies are really the same age, real powerhouses in their respective industries, LegalShield being in the legal service industry, Kroll being in the identity theft monitoring and restoration industry. So Kroll and LegalShield partnered, and Kroll is just a huge company. They have a division that works with consumers, and that's what we partnered with. They also have a division that works with countries and governments and huge companies like Enron to help them restructure. And, we worked for the Kuwaiti government, Kroll did, to help track down Saddam Hussein's financial network back in the first Gulf War. So Kroll has this consumer division, and that's where we send all of our identity theft victims. When they become a victim, or as well as our monitoring, Kroll does all that for us, because we did not want to have to do that in-house. We wanted to be able to send this and send our clients with the ID Shield to the best, and that's Kroll. So they do all our restoration. I think the next slide here kind of shows you what we do. It's a snapshot. What Kroll does when one of our members has the ID Shield benefit. This is not just monitoring. This is not just a reimbursement of money that you spent to fix your own identity. This is a benefit you can offer to your clients that does a full restorative policy with a $5 million service guarantee, meaning that we will guarantee we'll spend up to $5 million per case per individual to completely restore that employee's identity, or that individual client's identity, depending on who your clients are. So we do privacy monitoring and security monitoring. We monitor the dark web, which is the internet, and we look at these dark websites, these risky websites, and we're looking for anybody misusing a social, date of birth, passport number. You see the whole list there. I don't have time to get through all that, but we also do credit inquiry alerts. So if somebody buys a car in your client's name, they're going to get an email, and they'll know that, hey, somebody tried to buy a car, or maybe it was them, because often it catches our own activity as well as we have these benefits. So the key is proactive versus reactive. Our benefits are very proactive. ID Shield's all about giving your member, giving your client the ability to be proactive and have really a game plan in place. So when it happens, which it will happen eventually, and when they become a victim, their game plan is they make an 800 number call to that investigator. Once it's determined it's a legitimate case of identity theft, our investigator can take over the process, as long as that member is willing to work with that investigator to file police reports and begin that process of whether it's prosecution or dealing with proving innocence and getting things expunged from their record. So that's a snapshot of the ID Shield feature. The biggest thing is restoration. That's really what we pride ourselves on, even though the monitoring is important. Most companies will not restore. It's just more of a, hey, you do it on your own. Here's a kit. Good luck. They mail that to you in the mail, and you kind of do it on your own. So here's some of your pricing. You can see family rates and discounted employees under 2,000 lives, $1 discount, and then a $4 discount if it's over 2,000 employees, if we're taking this into companies. So you can see it's pretty affordable. If you look at 1995, for example, for the family legal plan there on your left, if you take that times 12, I mean, you're looking at what your client will pay for an entire year of LegalShield. Some attorneys charge for 1 hour. If you look at the ID Shield, 1995 for the family, most of our competitors, the LifeLocks, the ID Theft 911s, the Watchdog, I think it's called, like there's so many different ones. they're going to charge roughly $10 per person. So if you have a family of 6, that could be $60 a month that family is paying. We have just a one flat rate, $19.95. It covers up to 8 children, and it covers the member and the member's spouse or significant other. So we've been able to just have a level price point. It does restoration for every family member. God forbid that happens. It does monitoring for children 17 and under, and then it does the monitoring, like we can monitor email address or cell phone number, bank accounts of those 18 to 25-year-olds. So really comprehensive. Price points are right, very affordable, and I find that when we educate our potential prospects and clients, typically they're like, you know what, makes sense, I need a will. I mean, heck, I'll get the will done. That'll pay for the benefit, at least for the first couple of years we have it. So we give them a lot of upfront value. It is a high utilization, we're very high utilization benefit. Typical insurances that we all might sell at times, our members or our clients don't necessarily look forward to using those types of insurances. They're glad they have them, but they don't don't really look forward to using their life insurance because they've got to die, or their auto insurance, they've got to wreck their car, or this is a type of plan that our members, that your potential clients, your prospective clients can take off the wall. They can use it on a daily basis for decision making, for identity theft monitoring, for restoration, just for so many practical everyday things that they could use this plan for. So that's why there's typically, it's an easy explanation, pretty easy sell for the most part. From a small business standpoint, if you have any clients that have small businesses, 100 employees or less, we do have 3 specific plans for those businesses depending on their size. With corporate law, contract and document review, bankruptcy, joint ventures, landlord-tenant issues, bad check recovery, collection issues, workman's comp. So we do have a plan specifically tailored for those small business owners. So I just wanted to kind of throw that in there. Here's your 3 different plans that they can have access to. Some of these have changed a little bit, but the price point's about the same, but it kind of gives you a snapshot there of what's included if they have 10 or fewer, 50 or fewer, and so on. As far as untapped potential, I mean, it's there. We really, we're looking for people, professional people like yourselves, that have that clientele, that have that base of business to be able to take this out to the market and share this information. As a trusted advisor, obviously it's important to expand your toolbox for your clients and by offering them concrete solutions. The statistics are out there. The market is ready. 90% of Americans say they don't have any kind of legal protection or insurance. 60% reported they'd be interested in it. 13 million individuals experienced some kind of identity theft in 2013. That's an old stat, actually. I mean, look at 2017, how much that's increased. And then the fix the identity theft issue is costly. So the opportunity is there. I think we've all established that. LegalShield, we just bring a lot of great solutions for our families, for our businesses, and for those who are tired of being shut out of the system because they can't afford it. They're tired of being taken advantage of. They're tired of not knowing what decision to make, and they're tired of making decisions on their own without the wise counsel of an advocate, of an attorney. So the needs there. As far as compensation, I'll give you some real quick examples. I don't really have a slide that I'll show you, but for instance, if you are able to if you contract with URL, we can start you out at the highest level of 48% of the first year's premium. So if it's a 1995 identity theft family plan that you market to one of your clients, that's $239. 48% of that's $115. So when you market that plan, we can pay you either as earned, or we can pay you an upfront advanced commission of $115, which is 48% of that first year's premium. The renewal, second year and beyond, as long as that membership or that subscriber stays with you, is anywhere between 10 to 15%, depending on your persistency. If you write good business, your persistency is higher, you're going to make a higher renewal that second year and beyond. For instance, a 3390 plan, if they're an employee and they get that 1895 legal plan with the 1495 ID Shield, so different combinations we can give them. That's 3390. That's $195 in. If you take 3390 times your 12 months, 48% of that is $195. So imagine this, and this happened, the other day. I went into a company. We introduced this to 20 employees. 10 of them decided they wanted the plan, and they 10 bought the dual plan. I mean, they wanted the legal plan and the ID Shield, and we were able to walk out with about almost $2,000 in commissions in about a 30-minute meeting. And so there's a lot of potential there, whether it's an individual, a neighbor, a friend who's one of your clients, or whether you introduce this to your companies. And I can help you do that. I do trainings on how to do that most effectively. There's tremendous potential and reasons why you probably want to go ahead and get contracted with URL so you can tap into this and have the ability to offer this to your clients. See here, I'm about to wrap things up here. What's in it for you? Well, products. We have a comprehensive suite of products, and they're really going to serve your clients. Best-in-class proprietary attorney network, one of the only. We prepay them so your members are getting the best service, and the client, which is your member, and our attorneys have the same agenda. I mean, our attorneys want to help, they want to serve because they've been paid hundreds of thousands of dollars each month to serve our members. We have a partnership with Kroll, which is the worldwide leader in security. So we've got that. Flexibility. Well, you have flexibility in that you have different options to offer your clients. You have tremendous upswing on the commissions, on the commissions and the premiums. You have standalone benefits that can be added to your existing products. It really just enhances what you're already offering. Look, if you don't offer this to your clients, I will tell you somebody else will eventually. It's going to come across their desk eventually. Service, we have tremendous support as far as from our end with URL, and I work directly with URL. I have many of my own clients, but we work directly with URL. So we're here to serve you in any way we can to help you with processes and really getting this news and this word out to your clients and effectively marketing it to them. Let's get that sale. So there is some licensing. Certain states do require license, whether it's just purchasing that license to sell our legal plan. The ID Shield is not a licensed product. It's not a reimbursement type insurance product. So that is not, no license is needed in selling the ID Shield. However, the legal plan, depending on what state you might live in, there are certain states that require a license. Most of them, it's just a fee, small fee you pay to have that license. So just to kind of give you a heads up on that. So that's really what I wanted to go over today. My cell phone number, if you want to write this down, if you want to call me personally, it's 717-951-8419. Again, 717-951-8419. And my email, if you feel more comfortable emailing me, is David Spangler, and my last, it's all one word, David, Spangler, Jr., Jr., dot, LegalShield, all spelled out, LegalShield Associate, that's plural, LegalShieldAssociate.com. LegalShield Associate.com. That's my email. Feel free to call me. And I believe this is recorded, so you might be listening to this as a recording. You might be here live with us, but definitely call me if you have any questions, or Sam, and Sam can't answer your questions, so direct you to me. So definitely thank you for being on our webinar today. Look forward to working with you all, and look forward to you contracting with URL and offering these awesome benefits to your clients. With that, I'll turn it over to Sam, and maybe he'll end the webinar.
All right, thanks, David. That's really good stuff. And for everyone listening, really what we're trying to do here at URL is just give you more resources and more products. So maybe you lead with group health and you walk in and they say that they're not interested in group health. And if that's what you lead with, and that's really all that you mentioned, then you're back out the door and you don't have anything else that you can work with. But maybe just adding this to your portfolio and letting them know that you have a number of services, including LegalShield and identity theft, and especially the one for the small business, which we're finding to be pretty popular. Maybe they're not interested in the health insurance today, but maybe they are interested in, protecting their employees through this product. And that gets your foot in the door, gives you a new relationship, and from that new relationship, the sky is the limit on the additional opportunities that you have with that new partnership. So we're excited to, as always, to give you more tools to go out in the field and serve your clients. So we wish you all the very best. If you have any questions for me, I can be reached in the office at 717-540-5690. My extension is 134. but I'm sure you all know how to contact me, so please contact me at any time. So thanks, everyone. Have a great day.